guys, and welcome to our special video on planning a digital VBS. My name is Anna Johnson, and I'll be here to share some tips, tricks, and ideas with you in terms of planning a digital VBS. I know that you have a really hard job right now as a church worker or a VBS director or just a volunteer trying to figure out what your church is going to do with Vacation Bible School in the coming months. And I'll be the first to say we don't have all the answers right now. We don't know what the CDC regulations are going to be like in different parts of the country. We don't know if you're going to have to do a digital VBS or not, but what we can do is provide you with as many options as possible if you are in a situation where you need to have a digital VBS. I hope you enjoy the materials that we're going to provide today. We've put together some really fun things that I think you're going to like. And one last announcement before I just jump right in, we will have a PDF with everything I'm talking about today and more on our website. So don't feel like you have to write notes hectically while I'm talking. I might go a little bit fast, but that PDF will have everything that you need to get started with planning your digital VBS. That being said, let's jump right into it. I know you're very busy, especially during this time. So I'm going to go over the 5 easy steps to planning a digital VBS, just a high-level overview, and then we'll dig into each a little bit deeper. So the first step we're going to talk about is making sure you know all of the digital director materials that are available to you. When you buy your starter kit on cph.org, you automatically get access to the digital starter kit. So I want to make sure that you know how to find that access and how to share those materials with your co-teachers. The second thing we're going to talk about is planning your content for each day. This is going to look a little bit different for each church, but we've put together a really cool shareable solution where you can just click a button and share an outline for the day with different families at your church. So you don't have to do too much extra work if you're planning to have a digital VBS. The third thing we're going to talk about is student packs. Now, one thing we're recommending is to still give that kind of memorable hands-on experience for VBS, to have some type of student pack that either you mail out or you provide for distribution, where you can share craft supplies, leaflets, music, and collectibles with your families. So I'll talk a little bit about that. Then the last 2 things we'll talk about are more on the communication side. So how you assemble all of your materials for VBS, and then how you spread the word about it. So hopefully that makes sense. We'll jump right into step 1 here, reviewing your digital director materials. Like I said, when you purchase your starter kit on cph.org, you automatically get access to the digital starter kit. To find that, all you need to do is be signed out into your cph.org account. It has to be the account that you purchased the VBS under. So that might be your church's account or it might be your personal account. Once you're signed in, click on the My Account button. And then go over here to the left side and click on digital content. Now, as this pulls up on my screen, you can see I have a ton of digital content. You probably won't have this much, but scroll down until you see the Rainforest Explorers content, and then just click on that. That'll take you to a page that looks like this, where we have digital copies of a lot of the materials you would normally get in your physical starter kit. So you'll have your Bible posters, you'll have decorating ideas, you'll have director forms and materials, and you'll also have digital copies of each of the leader guides. And then you'll also have some of the music. One small note, this music in the digital content is streaming. It's more for your VBS prep. If you want to share that music with your families, we're still recommending that you use either the pass-along CD or the digital download card, which we'll talk about a little bit later. You can see there's a ton of stuff in here. And the other thing I want to point out is at the very top of the screen, there is this little button right up here in the right-hand corner that says Share Access. This is to share access with other volunteers at your church who might need to access the planning materials. This is not the button to share with your families. We're going to have something else that's a little bit more user-friendly to share with your families. Again, this is just as you and your team are getting ready to prepare for VBS. So that's it for step 1, review your digital director materials that came with your starter kit. 2 is more on the family side of things, and this is where you start planning your content for families. And like I said, we've put together something really cool for the family side of things as well. What we've done is we've put together these little family outlines for you that you can share. These are something that you can share directly from the CPH page to your website page and to your families so that they have an outline and know what to go through each day. There's a simple share button right at the top of each of the articles. And then each article itself contains everything a family will need to go. They can just read right down and know what to do for VBS at home for each day. So you'll see we'll start out with a Bible story, the memory verse, the take-home point, and the song. There'll be a note on elements where families might need to use their digital download card or a leaflet, something that's a little bit extra. We'll always have a note in there. It'll tell families what videos to watch and in when order. And then I really do want to highlight some of these coming soon sections. So what we're doing is we're partnering with our youth ministry department in our church body, and we're going to put together teaching videos for 3 VBS sites for you. We're going to put together one for the puppet skits for each day, one for the storytelling site for each day, and one for Bible Challenge, the little science experiment site for each day, so that you're not having to recreate all these videos on your own, which can be a lot of work. So as we get those videos ready, all we'll do is we'll post them here and on our CPH VBS YouTube page, and families can just watch them right from this digital family pack. So we hope this saves you a lot of work as you're getting ready. You can see there's a few more video slots here, and then we'll also have activities for families to do. Another thing we've done is for snacks and crafts, we're creating little downloadable kind of recipe cards so that you don't have to mail the leader guide out to families. It's just a very simple and quick trick for families to put together the snacks and the crafts on their own. So check back here. We'll have those linked up very soon for you. So I hope you find this useful. It has everything in one place. You're not having to build a whole big website on your own. You can just direct families here and then share the content with them. Now, that being said, I know that your families want to hear from you too. So what we're recommending is that to complement these family guides, you start and end each day with a personal message from your church. Maybe it's a Facebook Live video, maybe it's an email, something from either your VBS director or your volunteers or your pastor, where you welcome kids to VBS at the beginning of the day and then close VBS maybe with a prayer at the end of the day, so you can still be connected with your church family during this time. The PDF has more details on how to do that, but I did just want to mention that it is so personal and important that you're connecting with your families. They want to hear from you, and if you're anything like me, you want to hear from them. It's so easy to miss your church family. So we want to make sure that your virtual VBS experience has that element to it as well. The third thing we're recommending that you do is make some type of student pack full of physical materials that you want to send to your kids. So that might be things like collectibles, if you guys usually buy those. Maybe it's the leaflets for each day, the craft supplies, or even the music download cards. The idea would be that you take all those things and you put them in one of our Rainforest Explorers backpacks, or maybe just in an envelope, depending on the regulations in your area. You put them in there and then either arrange for a time that families can pick up a student pack from your church. Maybe you find a volunteer to drop them off at student homes if that is a safe situation, or like I said, mail them out. This would depend, again, on the CDC regulations and government regulations in your area, but we really do think it's important that students have something physical, some activity to do together with their hands for VBS. So that's how we're trying to balance out kind of the virtualness of virtual VBS with that important element for families to do at home. Okay, we're almost there, guys. Thanks for listening. The fourth step would be to create your content hub. And yes, I know this sounds intimidating, but it's probably just a variation of something you do already on your church's website. So right now on your website, you might have a page or a link that has VBS information, VBS registration forms, or those other important details for VBS. All we're emphasizing is A, to have that page, and B, to make sure that page links out to any of the teaching resources you would have. So the ideal kind of workflow would be maybe families get an email or Facebook message from you. That message links to a page on your website with everything they need, including links out to the family guides that I just shared or any personal videos that you might have. The goal of this would be to have everything in one place for families so they're not having to remember, oh, where did I see that or where did I see this? Just put it all on one page. I know there are a couple of you who might say, well, I don't have a church website. What should I do? There's a couple options you can use. The easiest might be just to create a private Facebook group where you can house these things and keep it safe for your families. The other big question you probably have about your content hub is what you can actually share. There are still a few copyrights regulations for our kit, and I'm sure for others as well too. The PDF has some more information about how to handle copyright, so please check that. And then the second thing to know is at the end of this presentation, I will share with you our copyrights email address if there are any questions that I didn't answer or that the PDF doesn't answer. Cool. We are almost there. Step 5, this might be kind of obvious, but spread the word. Now, in the PDF, I have a special graphic that kind of shows how you start with all your social media, your newsletter, you go to your content hub, your church website, and then you go out to the teaching resources. The important thing to emphasize here is that you should use all the means you would normally use to communicate, and it's definitely okay to over-communicate. So if you send out maybe just one email a week or one Facebook post a week leading up to your VBS, that's going to help create excitement for this digital format. Just like you and I have questions about how to plan a VBS, parents have questions about what they're going to do for VBS. So it's really important to spread the word and show your excitement for your church's VBS as we get ready for this whole new world we're kind of living in right now. And that is it. You guys made it through. Thank you for being patient and listening to me so well during this presentation. The thing I want to end on is our contact information. So you can see here that we have 3 important email addresses for you to know. One is our VBS team email. Yes, a real person checks that email, vbsteam@cph.org. I'll be honest, it's usually me or my coworker, Stephanie, who you've seen in some of these other videos. We're here to help you. If there's a question we didn't go through or a question that comes up, email us. We are here to serve you. Second, if you have a copyrights question about what you can share or not share, especially online, email our copyrights department directly. They are in communication with Stephanie and I and our editorial team, our marketing team. We're trying our best to make sure that everything is possible for you that you want to do. We're trying to work with you. We don't want to get you in trouble. We just want to make things easy for you while still protecting our authors and content creators on our site. So please remember, they are here to serve you. And the third thing is our customer service department. If you have a question about your order or you might need to change where you usually ship things to, I have their email address and then also their phone number here so you can get in contact with them directly. Well, that is it for today. We'll also be having a live video on our Facebook channel if you have more immediate questions that need to be answered. I'm really excited to hear from all of you, and we'll definitely be planning more of these videos in the coming weeks as we get more feedback from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We're praying for you. We're thankful for your partnership in the gospel, and we know that even in this time of stress and anxiety, God is working all things together for good as you work to share the good news of Jesus with so many children. Thanks for your work, and we'll see you again soon. Bye, guys.